We zoom in on the often overlooked victims of incarceration, children. You're about to witness powerful mother and child reunions behind bars. But it's not just emotional healing for these kids. Some believe a day like this can change the course of their lives. We take a look for our series, Face to Face.
Okay.
Behind the laughter, years of heartache.
Cassandra. It's a little hot.
Bad things can happen to anybody. It's been hard on the girls, but we've been trying to make it as best we can, knowing that, their mom will be back, as soon as she gets out, so.
Andrew Lechak is raising 4 daughters alone, but not by choice.
Oh, she's missed, Christmas every year, the girls' birthdays.
For 3 years worth of birthdays and holidays, their mom Ruby has been in prison. Tomorrow, he and his girls will set out to visit.
It can be rough when she's not here, especially when there's something exciting going on or something that happened that's painful, or even for a little concert for me.
98 miles from home, Ruby is here at the only women's prison in Michigan, serving a 4-year sentence for home invasion.
I didn't think about my kids, my husband, my family, people I was hurting, nothing. It just spiraled out of control.
They were like any American family when it all fell apart. Ruby trying desperately, she says, to be the perfect wife, perfect mother.
And just life in general, making sure they're off to school and, cooking dinner and making sure they had baths. I just got wore out.
Overwhelmed, she turned to drugs.
I got hooked on cocaine pretty good, and I started breaking into houses to feed my addiction.
But mom's punishment is taking a toll on her kids. Andrew's left to pick up the pieces until she's released next year.
I'm missing out on my daughter beginning high school. I miss my youngest going to kindergarten, field trips. They're becoming young ladies, and I'm missing that.
The girls are up early.
Grab the toothpaste.
They can only afford to visit a few times a year, and this day is special.
I don't know where it is.
They'll get a few precious but fleeting hours with their mom outside the confines of the visitation room. It's part of a program designed to soften the damage done to kids when a parent is incarcerated. The younger two, Kelsey, just 8 years old, and Cassandra, who's on the cusp of adolescence, both eagerly packing.
I'm tired.
The oldest, Carol, is now 14. She's had to step up while mom is away.
She's grown up, a lot faster.
But Caitlin is quiet. She didn't speak to her mom for months after she went to prison.
What did she say?
It was just too hard for her to talk on the phone. She would just wave off in tears.
In order for this to happen, you've moved your family closer to the prison. You've worked 2 jobs to try to make ends meet. Why make all these sacrifices?
Family's family. I'm never gonna pull the girls. They need their mom.
As they head towards Michigan,
This was on accountability.
Mom Ruby is at a prison workshop with 51 other inmates, the lucky few who, through good behavior, have qualified for the program.
I'm giving you some homework to help you to be that mama tomorrow, all right?
Here, they're learning what it takes to be a good mother. This, the first step of the One Day with God camp, founded by Scotty Barnes, who herself grew up with a father in prison.
Their actions is what's brought them here. They've made mistakes. But I say it's like fixing an old piece of furniture. You have to take off the old paint, prepare it, and put on new paint.
For a moment, these women are not prisoners, just moms with tiaras and smiles and hope for tomorrow.
All right, heading you down. Make sure. All right, I'm gonna pat you down, okay? Make sure it's like a bird. How you doing, sis?
The next morning, the kids wait here, about to reunite with their moms.
What are you most excited for today? Do you miss her a lot?
With booming music, the moms are announced one by one. For 7-year-old Kyla, it's complicated. Her mother's behind bars after stabbing her boyfriend, who'd been like a father to the little girl.
Guys, go!
Finally, it's Ruby's turn.
I felt sick for a minute because every time I see them, it's just like they've grown up so much. And just pure joy.
Girls, what's it like being able to hold your mom?
It feels like family is closer together.
Literally clinging to each other, daughters who've missed out on their mother's loving touch.
And how about you? What's the nice part of being able to hold mom's hand? It's hard for you, isn't it? Yeah, you don't need to talk if you don't want to, honey. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay, honey. I'm sorry. It's okay to be sad.
Yes.
Andrew and Ruby's girls are just 4 of the roughly 3 million American children with a parent behind bars.
What was that like running across the gym this morning?
It was fun.
Were you scared or happy?
Happy.
Happy.
Mercedes has been away from little Tequila for almost 3 years, nearly 6 more to go.
So how old will she be when you get out? She'll be 13. And so you'll have missed much of her childhood. Yes. You said you were literally feeling nauseous as you saw your daughter.
Okay, go ahead. No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Seeing her, it made everything went away. Everything. When she ran up to me and hugged me, it just felt like everything is all right and it's gonna be okay.
Mercedes is 24. She says she suffered years of domestic violence, and one day she just couldn't take it anymore.
We were in an altercation, fighting over a knife, and he tried to stab me and I got him and stabbed him, and
Where is he now?
he's deceased.
Oh my goodness, what happened?
It was second degree, they got me for second degree.
So that, I didn't realize that he died.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of, that's a lot.
Sometimes she tells me, Mom, I'm still a little angry. She misses him dearly. She
Yeah,
does. She
yeah.
tells me every day. I should have left. But love does powerful things.
With all those mixed emotions, there's also forgiveness and a shot at redemption, what these moms are hoping for. But first, they have to come face to face with what brought them here. This month's statistic on new prisoners here tells the story. 60% suffered trauma, as in Mercedes' case, domestic violence. Nearly 80%, like Ruby, struggle with drugs or alcohol.
What did the drugs do to who she was?
Completely changed her. She went from a loving mom, always there, to not wanting to come around as much because she was getting high all the time, didn't want the kids seeing.
Perhaps most striking, reports that nearly 70% of inmates are themselves children of prisoners.
How do you break that cycle?
I want them to invest in their children's life and be honest with them, make them accountable so those children don't follow in those footsteps.
Tell me about the benefits for the kids. Why is it so important for them to get that sort of unfettered love from their mother?
These children are just starving to be loved and their parents to be proud of them.
I love you.
Some of these mamas have been in for years. Some are going to be here for years. This may be the only day until they're adults that they can feel that unfettered love that reaches deep in their heart.
They say this program is about forgiveness, not just your family forgiving you, but you forgiving yourself. Is that hard?
Absolutely, yes.
Do you blame yourself?
Yes. I don't think there's anybody else to blame.
And so how do you get over that?
It's a work in progress. I mean, I've been here 3 years and I still don't know how to exactly forgive myself.
How did something else get in the way?
It's hard to explain how something could come before your children, but it spirals out of control really quick.
Where do you find it in your heart to forgive her?
Just down deep, just, want to do it for the kids, want to make them, happy and not have them hurt as I've seen other families.
Even though this one crucial day offers so much hope, the hours slipping away, every moment one closer to saying goodbye.
When do you miss your mom the most?
When she's here, we don't
You don't get to see her. Do you miss her most at night or during the day?
both.
Both.
You want some of this?
But Ruby's prison time may in the end be what saves her and her family.
What do you see in her that's worth giving her another shot?
Her attitude now that she's been sober is, she wants to prove to not only me, but the kids and her friends and family that she's done her time, she's done with it, and she's through.
How has it changed your perspective being here?
It's changed it a lot. Like, I just think about the things I could have been doing rather than what I was doing.
And before you know it, it's time to say goodbye.
I love you.
I'm gonna try not to cry.
I love you. I love you.
So much left unsaid, and yet the scars of past sins perhaps beginning to heal. Our sincere thanks to Warden Anthony Stewart for allowing the women at the Huron Valley Correctional Facility to stay up late for Nightline.